What is happening, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down a 100+ pips sell that I took for me and the team. Obviously, people in my community can follow my trades completely hands off. So when I place a trade, it automatically goes over to their account, hands off. Everything that I do duplicates over. So a nice, lovely 100+ pip sell on Gbpjpy, which I'm going to break down for you today. So let's scale this right back. As you can see, the move there, which we caught, 100+ pips to this level here. Obviously, first things first, reason why I chose to take the final take profit at this level is because if we look left over here, immediately we can see huge rejection points at this level. So we could have easily, if I find my path tool, we could have easily come down and rejected at this level and then obviously came back up, right? So that was the reasoning for the final TP level, but of course it has gone a bit further down and we could be seeing some slight retracements on this. But going into why I found this exact setup, let me delete all of these and get these away. So let's trim this all the way back. So let's go to the 4 hour. As we can see on the 4 hour, and for you guys that have watched my videos before, I love my trend lines. We are in a bullish channel. And what do I mean by that? Bullish is obviously up, bearish is down, right? As you can see, we are gradually kind of moving up the chart, right? We're going up like this. So when we hit this level up here, look what we do. We come down, guys. When we hit this lower trend line, what do? We go up. So just so you can see, as you can see, we go up, hit this level, come down. When we hit this level, we go up. We've come back to this same level and gone up, right? And then the patterns kind of followed, not quite hit the trend line, but we followed. So my point of interest as we were bullish is, my next point of interest is going to be this upper trend line, because we're more likely to hit that if we're bullish, right? So the market's come up. We've got some big reactions around this level. It's tested it, look, on the wick once, twice, 3, 4, 5 times it's tested this trend line and not been able to break through. The knot is a big part. And as you can see, I actually was able to catch a small sell with the team at the rejection of this level up here, around these levels up here, down to about these levels around here, I think. But I'm going to go into, obviously, while we were seeing the trade that we were seeing today. So, reason why I've drawn the trend line in between here, let's pretend this is gone. This is gone now. I was just showing you guys a setup. So, trend line's not there. We've got the reaction at the top here, right? But before that, we have had huge bullish impulse. So, what you guys saw there was my Fibonacci retracement tool, which just shows kind of like the key levels around the area to what we could retrace to. And of course, I'm looking for retracement because, as you can see from the pattern, when we hit these levels up here, I was looking for the reversal. So the key levels, if you guys didn't know on the Fibonacci, is you want to be looking at the 38.2%, 50%, and the 61.8%, which for my final target was in between the 50 and 61.8%, which is perfect, as you can see, as a final target there. So I just wanted to see the key levels and the key ratios to where we could retrace to. So going back, as you can see, we rejected up here. We have come down and we have kind of like stalled at this level here, because rightly so. As you can see, when we hit this level here, we've got 1 wick, 2 wick, 3 wick, 4 wick, 5 wick. Again, we can't break through this level. Why? Because it's a big level in the market, right? But what I found on this pair is we were creating a slight head and shoulders pattern. Now, it's not the prettiest head and shoulders, but it's a head and shoulders. Look, we've got the left. We've got the big head over here of all those rejections. And then we got a very, very small right shoulder, as you can see here. It could have, obviously, this was developing at the time that I was seeing the trade. So we got a very small head and shoulders. As I'll say, it's not a picture perfect head and shoulders, but it sure is one And obviously going in with the confirmation that we have rejected this upper trend line, we're going to be looking for sells at this point, because what do we usually do, guys? What have we seen do in the past? When we hit this upper trend line level, we tend to come down, right? So all of our eyes were kind of on the sells and the profit taking from this pair. So this is where I got my trend line from. So if we hop onto the 1 hour here, zoom out, as you can see, I basically just drew my trend line through here to just kind of just show where the neckline was. So I didn't have to have the head and shoulders on my chart. As you can see, the neckline of the head and shoulders was through that. For you guys that don't know what the neckline was, let me just go back. As you can see, the neckline is kind of like the break of the structure. As you can see, can you see it's kind of like formed its own trend line. So when we break out of this, it means the head and shoulders pattern has broken, which is obviously what we want. Head and shoulders signaling a bearish move down. Inverted head and shoulders, which would be this flipped upside down, involving buys. So I just obviously drew the trend line from the neckline of this area, which worked perfectly, as you guys can see. So obviously previous day, I was actually looking for the sells at this level, but as you can see, I did not get an entry. Let's like zoom in here. As you can see, I got an impulse candle, this impulse candle here, as you guys can see. I was waiting for the break and close underneath this area to get in for sells, but it never gave me the sell opportunity. It just fell all the way down to almost my final TP there, as you can see. But throughout the day as it went on, as you can see, we got a sharp reversal back to the upside, actually rejected the neckline perfectly, which when I was looking for my analysis in the morning was obviously perfect, because that means my structure is and technicals is right on point, right? We've come back down. We've even tested this level again, as you can see, with all these wicks over here. And then luckily for me, it's come back up, retested this trend line again, come back down, and then this is where I was waiting to strike at, as you can see, Wednesday the 2nd of July at 9 a.m. It broke back below my level. This was my entry point. We were in very slight drawdown, as you can see, kind of like wicked the trend line again, and then an absolutely seamless trade, as you can see, just absolutely fell through the floor. Basically 2 candles, hit the final target, as you can see there, of around 105 pips, which was absolutely amazing. We love trades that just fall obviously the way that we want to go. Obviously people that were trying to buy this obviously weren't having the best day, but for me, with all these confirmations that we had, absolutely seamless and perfect trade, as you guys can see there. So yeah, that's basically how the trade came about. So how many confirmations did we actually have in this trade? So first confirmation was obviously we have rejected this upper trend line. And what have we seen happen again? When we hit this upper trend line, we tend to come down. So that's first confirmation of the sells. Second confirmation is kind of this big impulse upwards. Usually when we get a big impulse, we tend to retrace it. As you can see, look, big impulse over here. As you can see, big impulse. What do? We tend to retrace it back down, right? Same scenario over here. Big impulse, what do we tend to do? Come back down, right? So when I've seen, again, this big impulse up from here, this is when I drew my Fibonacci retracement, just to see obviously where the key levels were and what I could use for targets basically throughout, because what we've seen before is we tend to retrace these big impulse moves, right? Third confirmation is that small head and shoulders pattern that we saw in here. Obviously the left shoulder, head, little right shoulder there, and then break of the neckline, right? That's the third confirmation. Fourth confirmation is we got the retest of the trend line. Retest on the other side of the neckline this time, come back down and broken below this level, and of course the EMA. So that's kind of an extra 2 confirmations in itself. We've retested the other side of the trend line. That's a retest. Proves that our technicals are on point. Broken back below this level while I was looking for sells. Broken the key EMA levels as well, which as you can see, we have rejected nicely in this area as well. That's 5 confirmations. And yeah, absolutely beautiful trade. And as you guys can see, this is living proof that the market will always repeat itself. Okay, all you need to do to obviously confirm your trade or, you know, have some confidence in that it's going to do what you want it to do is look left. Looking left and at history is going to be your best friend in this game. Because what's happened before will happen again. Obviously, it's slightly different moves and you will get accustomed to that because obviously it's printing brand new candles. Obviously, it's easy to see now what's happening because it's been printed, right? But obviously, when you're looking at this trade, actually, in fact, let me replay it for you guys to exactly what I was seeing. So let's replay it from this point here, as you can see. So this is from like a few days ago, right? So let's pretend this isn't even here. We haven't even seen the setup yet. So as you can see, we're just kind of like in this area. It's actually creating the head and shoulders pattern, as we can see here. Left shoulder, head, small right shoulder, which we know obviously happens. And then let's let this play out. So press the play button. As you can see, we come down. I was looking for the sell at this level here on that previous day, but we didn't get the entry because it didn't give us the nice candle close below. So that was invalidated for me, unless we got a retest. We never got a retest. It came close to my TP, but we weren't in this trade, of course. We come straight back up. And then as you guys can see here, rejected the trend line, proving our technicals. Played around this level. Luckily for me, come back up, come back above this level, retested our neckline again on the other side, confirming good technicals. And then we got the entry point at this level here, as you can see. This was the entry. Then as you can see, plain sailing all the way down to our TP. So absolutely brilliant trade. If you guys want similar videos, you can have a look through my channel. I post loads of different winners, even losers, full breakdowns, insightful topics on trading and everything like that. Any questions that you have, any inquiries to work with me, you can send me a message on Instagram as well, or click the video kind of around this video somewhere, and that'll give you a full breakdown of exactly what I do and what I can provide and everything like that as well. Profit will be around on the screen as well. Another successful trade. I look forward to seeing you guys on the next video and on the next trade for you guys that are in my trading community and group and everything like that. Happy trading, guys. I'll speak to you guys soon. Let's get it.